guys, so I am coming to you guys with another video, and as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be so anyways, I was gonna say, so yeah, this story is pretty much to tell you guys what happened with my best friend and I said it in my video titled My First Vlog. I kind of explained to you guys that something happened and I will make a video about it later. Okay, now it's later. So I tried to film this video twice, but as I rewatched it, I'm like, too many details. And the reason why I say too many details is because there are some things in the video that I felt like you really didn't have to know. You know, the whole purpose of the video was to tell you what happened this go around. I started telling you stuff that happened before it, all kind of stuff, and I'm like, that is not how you do the video, sis. So I mean, I guess because I want to give you guys a background story as to what our relationship, our friendship, I can't say relationship, but our friendship was really about. And it's just like I wanted you guys to kind of get the understanding of the type of person she was. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not going to make her look bad because she does it on her own, and plus again, a lot of stuff is not relevant to the story. So this is my third time making it, so if you're interested, stay tuned. So to give you a background story on our friendship, we've been friends for, this year would have made 25 years of friendship. I met her in middle school. So anyways, we became friends because we both were in marching band, and I vibe with her, she vibe with me because she was more laid back, she was chill, she really wasn't extra, although she was pretty loud, and that was to remain who she was. She laughed loud, she does some extra stuff, like she's so dramatic about a lot of stuff, but I liked her as a friend. She was cool. Like I said, we've been friends for almost 25 years. The beginning of our friendship, we were like just friends. We will hang out when we get a chance. I'll call her, she'll call me, but we weren't as close as we were, or as we became the past, I want to say like the past 10 years. Okay. So when I graduated high school, I moved on. I went to Tallahassee. When I came back, we weren't hanging because she was still in high school, and her parents were very strict, and they really couldn't do much. We started hanging back out in 2010 is when we started hanging back out, because I had to call on her for a ride home for work because my ride wasn't working. That's when we both are adults, we're grown, whatever. She finally moves out her people's house. Her true self comes out. Like, this is not the person that I knew, the person that I met in middle school, high school, whatever. This is a complete different person. She was wild, and by that time I was not as wild as I used to be, because unlike her, my parents allowed me to live, experience things, have friends, go places and stuff like that. And then once I became an adult, age 18, I did my own thing. So basically I was wild in my early years, where she became wild in her later years. So we were different, but I still was rocking with her because she was a bucket of fun. I'm not gonna lie, like, we enjoyed spending time together, going places, you know, we both like the dudes, you know, it was straight. So the past 5 years is where the trouble began. So she and I were hanging out, I'm gonna say year 2014. Now some of you guys again already know, I bet it's my boyfriend. Hold on. Huh?
That's crazy.
I mean, that's why you in the mood?
Oh no, I'm not in a bad mood. It's crazy.
I don't forget where I was, but moving on. We started hanging out in 2010, but then we started back hanging out in 2014. And she was going through a situation, and as I was trying to say, some of you guys already know I have been battling with anxiety for years, pretty much over a decade. And at that time she was going through a situation. I wasn't leaving my house, and she asked me to go to the next town over because she had to go do this court date thing. I told her I couldn't make it because I don't go anywhere. Like, I don't even go to Walmart, which is literally like 2-3 minutes up the road from my house. I could see their parking lot lights from my backyard, so that's how close we are. So she pretty much called me a bad friend, said I wasn't there for her. So she never really took my situation serious. It always bothered me because it's like she one of those people where you can tell her you're going through something and she will feel like take a nap, drink some water, and get over it. That's the type of person she is. Like, it's not that easy, because if it was that easy, I would have been did that. Don't you think that? Who wants to live behind four walls all their life? Like, who? Come on. So she pretty much stopped talking to me. First time, 6 months. She hit me up, got in contact with me. She was like, I miss you, yada yada yada. Became cool again. And she and I was cool for like a good 3 months. Then here come another thing. Here come 6 more months that she stopped talking to me. But this time it's because she met a guy and she felt like he was important and her job was important and her moving was important, but I wasn't.
Telling me that video.
So she basically stopped talking to me because of a guy, pretty much. And the sad thing about it was, this is a guy that she and I both saw, but I saw him first actually, and I wanted to talk to him, but she was driving. She stopped the car, she got out the car, and she approached this man. So that was another red flag. Past that, she came back after the second 6 months. Came back, we were cool for probably like a good 6-8 months. Then she fell out with me again over pretty much nothing. That situation I don't even want to get into details about, but she ended up catching another boyfriend and he moved in with her this time, and so she felt like she wanted to focus solely on her relationship with her boyfriend. She said all she needed was her boyfriend, her job, and her family. So she stopped talking to me for 6 months. So after that, I was kind of like over it. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to keep going through back and forth with her. So we didn't talk for like 6 months again. So I don't know if it's a 6 months thing with her, but we didn't talk for 6 months, literally. Until one day I was in class, I got a text from her, and she was like, I miss you, Pooh Bear, yada, yada, yada. I had kind of missed her, but at the same time, I had new friends. I really wasn't thinking about her like that, but being who I am, I still was like, miss you too. And then she was like, call me when you get a chance. So I called her 2 days later and we talked about it. And this time I told her, if we ever go through anything, you stop talking to me for 6 months, or I don't care if it was 2 weeks, we're not gonna be friends again. You can forget all about me, you can block me, do whatever you gotta do, because I'm not gonna ever be your friend again, because I'm too grown to keep going through this with another grown woman. And that is what happened this time. So let's get into that. My dad recently passed away, so she was pretty much by my side from the moment my dad had a stroke up until the day he passed away. Now, I was thankful because, you know, I really don't have friends like that where I could depend on. So I was grateful for her to be here alongside my boyfriend. He's always here though. So she and I weren't even talking prior to that because of a whole nother situation. So I was shocked that she was even by my side then. But anyways, my birthday was 3 days later after my dad passed away, and as anybody could expect, I really wasn't happy. I wasn't really looking forward to my birthday, because for what? I mean, I'm blessed to be alive, blessed to see 37, but at the same time it's like I'm grieving. I miss my dad, so I'd rather stay in the bed all day. But she's the type of person, she wants to make everything bubbly and positive, and I'm not condemning her for that. Like, you know, you need that around you sometimes, but it's just that I think it was more for her than it was for me. If anything, I think she wanted to make her day go well versus trying to make my day go well. So we start off with, you know, a decent day, decent time. We talked about certain stuff like God, in which we do have two different beliefs when it comes to God. We talked about going to see my dad at the funeral and the wake, and we had a conversation about that, which made her feel some type of way. So once again, I had to defend my feelings towards something that I decided that I wanted to do or not to do. And then here comes the infamous ice cream. She comes back, the ice cream was already melted, so which I wasn't mad about that, but I was mad because my ice cream had a fly in it and she didn't care. So yeah. But anyways, I had already told you guys the incident in my other video called my first vlog. told you incident about the guy, so I'm not gonna repeat all that. If you want to know about that, just then go back and watch the video. And so I told her all about it. She didn't want to hear it. She felt like it was drama, although it had nothing to do with her. I was just having a conversation because, again, that kind of made me feel okay, because we really weren't talking about anything worth talking about. So I felt like, well, maybe we can talk about that and just do what girls do, like, you know, rag on a dude, or, you know, whatever we do. Because I feel like her ideal of fun that day was to be on Instagram all day scrolling, because she likes to pick at people and all that other stuff. I'm not really into all that. So we have two different way of having fun. I like to play games. I have these games that were meant for adults, but she's such a secretive person. Some things that she don't want to play because it does have to do with you revealing a lot about yourself. So it was just like we were very limited to what we did, and so I felt like having a conversation about something that happened to me was not going to be a big deal. But she pretty much had a whole attitude about it, and I read body language and face expressions very well. So I backed off, I stopped talking, and I did say to her that this is why I don't talk to you about anything, because it seemed like every time I went through anything, especially when it had nothing to do with her at all, she always had this way of making me defend myself, or having me defend myself about my choices and my decisions, as if like whatever she thinks and how she feels is the correct way to do it, and however I do it is the wrong way, and I need to learn. I got up, went outside, I called my people to talk about it, because I wanted to talk about what the guy did. Like, it was no big deal. You didn't want to listen to me, so that's fine. So I go outside. I was probably outside for like a good 10-15 minutes. Then she comes outside with all her stuff in her hand, and she's like, I'm out. And I'm like confused, like, why did she leave? So I come to the house. I think I asked my boyfriend, why did she leave? And he was like, I don't know. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, that's strange. So she waited till she got all the way up the road to tell me why she left. Like, sis, why you didn't tell me that while you was here? We're friends, best friends. Like, we should be able to have a conversation about anything face to face. Like, why did you feel the need to text me when you got all the way up the road? But then I thought about it. That's how she is. That's how she handle conflict. Like, she'll either ignore you, or she'll just not tell you until she's far from you. Okay, she tells me that she felt like she needed some space. She was trying her best to make me happy, yada yada yada. I'm like, I don't know what the problem is, but okay, because I wasn't gonna beg her, and I wasn't gonna ask her what she felt like the problem was. So this when she was like, I was snappy at her pretty much all day, and I was confused at that part, because I never once had an attitude with her. I never yelled at her. I never cussed her out. I never had any type of negative feelings toward her, or just in general, because I'm sad. I don't have time to be negative towards anybody. I'm sad. Like, my whole mindset was on my dad anyway throughout the day. Like, everything I did made me think of my dad. So I was confused when she said snappy. But then I thought, like, maybe because I told her that's why I don't want to talk to you. But that was my personal opinion. That was my feeling. So why are you mad about my personal feelings? She pretty much, overall, she was just like, the situation with the guy was nothing but drama. I don't do drama. So that's where I was really confused, because it had nothing to do with her at all. So why would you consider it to be drama? Like, it ain't like your name was in it. It ain't like he approached you. She felt like I should have never said anything to this guy. But you have to understand, this is somebody that has been at me for years. And I felt like it was time to let him know, leave me alone. I'm not interested. So there was nothing wrong with that. I tried ignoring this person. They kept trying. So clearly he don't understand the logic of some being ignored. So I don't understand why she felt like I should have never said anything. But then she wants to bring my dad into it, talking about he wouldn't want that man at his house. First of all, he wasn't at my house. Then she was like, my daddy wouldn't pretty much entertain that. My daddy actually knew about it. He just told me as long as that man didn't put his hands on me or anything like that, he let me handle my business on my own. And my daddy still spoke to this man, because that's the type of dad I had. You know, like, my dad was very humble. He was nice to everybody. I get that part from him. You can do me wrong and I'm still gonna be okay with you. I'm still gonna be friendly, you know, but I still side eye you a bit. Like, I'm not, basically I have a wooden spoon out all the time. I get that from my dad. Okay, so my daddy never had an issue with this man. Plus, I'm grown. Yeah, the man's old, but at the same time, he never touched me. He never tried me like that. So I just pretty much was trying to explain to her where I stood in that situation, why I did what I did. I don't understand what the problem is, but you know, if that's how you feel, because personally you took it personal. She said she didn't take it personal at all because she don't see what I had any reason to talk to some dirty, nasty old man. And I'm like, because he was basically bothering me. So you're pretty much telling me that if somebody's bothering me, I'm not supposed to say nothing. Like, you can't always ignore every situation either. So when I explained to her how I felt, she pretty much dismissed my feelings and she pretty much changed the subject, and that was just that. So I was like, okay, let me just give her space. So I asked her the next day, did she go see my dad, like go to his wake? She never responded back, and then that's where the problem became, because she ended up at this guy house who was very disrespectful. The Wednesday before my birthday, she was texting this guy who lived next door to my brother, and he pretty much wanted her to come over, and she told him that she couldn't because she was with me because my dad had passed away. He had the audacity to text her back and say he couldn't give two blanks about my dad passing away. He needed her at his house right then and there. So she had a whole attitude about it, but then it's in the day you get mad at me and then you still end up at this man's house. Like, I would never deal with anybody that disrespected her mother or her father because we're best friends. We're like sisters. It's almost like disrespecting me. So the fact that you still end up at this man's house and you never even went to go see my dad and say goodbye to my dad when my dad has been nothing but nice to her and treated her like a daughter. Yeah, I felt some type of way, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So that was on Friday, and then Saturday I didn't say nothing to her at all. So come Sunday, I made up in my mind that I was done with the friendship altogether, because I feel like you have to be pretty selfish to put your personal feelings towards over something that's way bigger than you, and yet you ignored me for no apparent reason. Because even if you were upset, we're friends. Why is it that I have to go days without my friends, especially in a time like this? So you showed me exactly how you felt about me as a friend, how you felt about me as a sister, and how lack of a respect you have for my parents in general. So I'm like, I don't have time for all this. Like, I'm trying to grow as a person. I have my ways that I need to work on too, but she really needs to work on a lot, because her motto is, I'm not the problem, the world is. So you can't tell her anything, and she's not going to change her ways for anybody. So I'm over it. So when I told her how I felt about what she had done, she pretty much responded back with, that's fine. Like, I told her I was kind of over the friendship, and she's like, that's fine, wish you the best. So I felt like, you really don't think you did anything wrong, and you think you're hurting me, but you're actually hurting yourself, because you don't have any other friends. Like, I was your only friend. Nobody else likes you. Like, no one trusts you, no one likes you. I'm always defending her with everybody that comes my way, like, oh, your friend is this, your friend is that. And now I see why people don't really like her. But I'm always giving people the benefit of the doubt, and like I said before, even if they do me wrong, I'm still cool with them, because I care about people too much, maybe. I don't know. But this time I was done, and I meant it. So I have a different number she don't have. She has a different number I don't have. So usually I feel bad about when I stop talking to people, because I don't like to hurt people's feelings, but I got to the point where people don't care about hurting my feelings, and I felt like she did those things to purposely hurt my feelings, as if like that was supposed to make me feel like I need her more than she need me, type of deal. So I'm over it. I have other people in my life and family members, and that's all I need. So yeah. Hi, Isaac.
Hey, man.
Okay.
What is it, Brian?
Yeah.
Brian.
So that is the story. That's what happened. So I'm not having no regrets. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of feel like a burden is lifted off of me, because I was the mother in the friendship too. Like, everything I did for her, like I had to make her appointments for her, take care of her business for her, because she couldn't do nothing for herself. And I just feel like I don't have to defend myself. I don't have to walk on eggshells no more with nobody. Like, I honestly, God, feel so free. I really feel free. So it was a blessing in disguise because I should have her a long time ago. But like I said, I'm always fighting for the wrong people. I feel like I'm fighting for the wrong things. So thank you guys for checking out my video. If you like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.